Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Spartan Sports Report here on TV3. And we have the athletic director from CHS with us. Sam, would you like to introduce our young lady?
Andrea Van Meter. Easy for me to say, but nice to have you back. It's been a while. I don't think we've had you yet this year. It was 2022, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I honestly
I don't know,
remember.
but it's always,
I don't think I have been back this year.
Yeah, always nice to have you in studio with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Yes, there.
Yeah, you're here today. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I am.
A lot of information out of Spartan land.
There is a lot going on in Spartan land. You would think that it's slowing down with tournament time, but it's actually revving up.
Oh,
so.
sure, right.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the ticket problem, probably down the road, maybe a little bit.
What ticket problem?
A sectional.
Oh yeah,
and
we the plan is to have sectional tickets available on the 22nd for boys
Okay.
basketball. So we go to our meeting on the 21st.
Okay.
So we'll have
okay.
them ready to go the 22nd.
And you folks have to travel to Greensburg?
We do have to go to Greensburg. Don't know yet until the sectional draw what day that'll be. Could be Tuesday, could be Wednesday, not sure. We'll find that out Sunday.
Well, a bit closer are the state wrestling finals for the IHSAA, and Connersville is going to be well represented.
We are. We actually had a wrestler who made it out of semi-state, placed second, so he was a semi-state runner-up, Orland Foster. He goes by OP, but I know his dad is Orland, so it is kind of strange to call him Orland, but Orland will be going on to wrestle in the 195 weight class.
Okay.
That starts on Friday. He'll be there, won't be wrestling until the afternoon session, but they have a tour of champions that starts at 1:30. So my hope is to do a Facebook Live so the fans back home can see it. I don't know if I can do that or not with IHSA rules, so I'll have to find that one out.
Okay.
But I'll definitely be sending a bunch of pictures back throughout the day so people can see that. But he probably won't wrestle until about 7:15 on Friday evening.
Okay.
Just one, I guess, wrestle off, what you would call it, one match on Friday. And then if he wins that, then he'll go on to Saturday. If he doesn't win that one, then he would be finished.
Well, hopefully he wins.
He should. He is on the opposite side of the bracket from the young man who beat him at semi-state. So he should fight through his side, maybe meet that kid up again in the championship. The young man he drew was from Concord. He's got a 35-7 record. So it should be definitely a winnable match for Orland.
Well, we wish Orland the best of luck, and that'd be great to have a championship.
Yeah.
in
What a fun
wrestling.
experience, though, to go to Gangbridge and wrestle in that big arena on the floor. I mean, kind of look like a little ant, wouldn't you? I think. But, so, yeah, great experience for him. Senior year, so
Sure.
at this point, last chance to wrestle, and what a great way to go out being at state.
There are several weights in wrestling, but they just are a lot of those eliminated automatically, and they.
We had, from sectionals to regionals, we had 4 young men move on. We did have a female wrestler at the 106 weight class, I believe. But 4 of our young men went from sectionals to regionals. So Eric Fox, Jamel Carter, Levi DeGroat, and Orland moved on from sectionals to regionals. At regionals is where Jamel Carter got knocked out. He ended up placing 5th, I believe. So the top 4 places were able to move on. So Fox, DeGroat, and Foster moved on to semi-state, and then DeGroat and Fox were eliminated in their first round of
Okay.
semi-state, whereas OP moved on and wrestled in the championship. So had a good showing this year. Pretty fairly young team. I know OP's a little bit older, but he was the only senior. Middle school wrestlers, we have about 40 on the wrestling team. They do have more weight classes. They go a lot lighter. I think 85 might be one of the lowest ones. So it looks good for the wrestling program in the future. So hopefully we can build and continue that.
That's great. Well, I know they've had several matches, the wrestling the middle schools.
Yeah, middle school is kind of halfway through their season. I think they have about 2.5 weeks left.
Okay.
I think they're home tomorrow against Greensburg. But yeah, they've been very successful. They've already won an invitational this year. They place very well. Richmond has what they call a regional preview where the middle school teams, that's high school teams go to regionals, the middle school teams go there the night before to
Okay.
kind of set up and get things ready to go. And so they did really well there too.
That's good. Who's
Yeah.
coaching the middle school?
Kevin Cassidy, and then he's assisted by Tom Gettinger. So both of those were 2013 grads, I believe.
Okay.
Or on the 2013.
Tom went to state.
Yep.
Yeah.
So some of those younger guys are now trying to get back, get the kids moving.
Well, it sounds like the wrestling program's on the way up.
I hope so. I hope they're all on their way
we
up.
sure
Yeah,
do. Right.
absolutely.
Spartan's playing pretty good basketball.
We are playing very well. I can't say we. I'm not doing any of it. I'm just watching, setting it up.
We as Connorsville.
We as Connorsville
Spartan
are
Nation.
playing well. Spartan Nation is playing well.
Yes.
The boys in particular are playing really well
Yes,
and
right.
adjusting well to what Coach Brown needs them to do from week to week. So they had a great game on Saturday. Definitely made up for Thursday, although Thursday seemed like a Friday, so I'm kind of thrown off. But
But Thursday, a win is a win.
A win is- and a
winning
conference
ugly.
win.
Winning ugly is better than losing pretty.
Hey,
You're
winning
talking
a
about
conference
the
game.
East Central game?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we trailed most of the game. And then finally in the fourth quarter, came back. I mean, it's hard. A lot of teams know that Josh is the one that's bringing the ball up. And if you can get in his head, you can kind of take him out of it. And that kind of hurts him. But they found a way to make it work without that. So that's awesome. I mean, that's what it takes as a team.
Were the kids looking ahead to New Pal, or what do you think?
I don't really know. I think part of it might have been looking at East Central's schedule and seeing that they were,
Okay.
5 and
Yeah,
14 or
something,
5 and
yeah.
15. You know, East Central's at football school, and there were some
Right.
very nicely sized gentlemen out on the floor that probably played on the football team. Maybe not the shooters that we've seen in the previous games in the season. I think our guys just thought, well, we're going to beat them, and we did, but
They stuck to their game plan. Coach
They did.
Disbro does a good job with those kids. Even when they're down, he brought them ready to play.
yeah, they were ready to go. I don't know if our boys were just not used to a Thursday game, which they're probably not, but I'm not
That-
sure why. I don't have
they
any
could
excuses
be.
on that one.
Well, anyway, that's behind us. And
Absolutely.
Another game that's behind us was Saturday night at Spartan Bowl. Sam, tell us about New Palestine.
Quite a game. New Pal, they came in highly ranked. They'd only had one loss to Lawrence North by 1 point. And it was a back and forth game, although one that felt like we led most of the time, but I think maybe our biggest lead was 7 points, and we were just able to do what we needed to do, and we controlled the tempo. And New Pal's a fine basketball team, though. I mean, they are well coached as well, and they were hanging tough right there with us, and got some nice players, the Nunnally boys, and 2 of them, and then I can't think of the kid's name now. Number 5, he jumped center. He was their tallest player, but they got the tap, and then they got him the ball right away, and he knocked down a 3, and I thought, man, this is gonna be a long night if their biggest player knocking down threes. But,
Sure.
But just a great game, great
Sure.
atmosphere.
Yes.
A lot going on. It's senior night, other than for the basketball players. A lot of people for a Saturday night. Usually Friday night crowds are a little better than Saturday night.
58-54 win, I think it was, the Spartans. Or no, it was 58-52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We have some footage from the game, so let's watch what happened at Spartan Bowl Saturday night with New Palestine.
another thing, we had James Williams back as a starter too. Taco done a good job for him, but it just makes us that much deeper now. I think that when Taco was taking his place for a while. Close game. I think we led by 1 after 1, and Spartans. Braxton Myers had a great game. He just able to worm his way into the basket.
And he struggled, I mean, getting in foul trouble in a lot of the games the past couple of weeks has kind of taken him out of that mindset, but it's great that he's starting to get those
There's Josh.
success plays.
Josh with a layup. Spartans we're down, and tie it up right here. at 19. Rather low scoring, and New Pal back up by 5, but
Yeah, having James in the game is definitely an impact for the team. I mean, he's always in the right place at the right time, and him and Josh connected a couple of times during the game.
yeah, he's so active under the basket and does a great job. Lucas Barron there, he had a good game as well. I think we frustrated him down the stretch.
Very polite team, though. I mean, from beginning to end, they were very polite in the hallway, in the locker room, in the tunnel.
So makes it able to take the lead into the fourth quarter, and really they hung close, but we never really looked back. It just went ahead, and there's your total final 58-52. Just a fun ball game, and I've made friends with people at New Pal over the years, and it's like you said, they're polite. It's always nice when we go over there. Now it's hard fought,
Sure.
no matter where it is. But, also, while we're talking basketball, and I don't know if they've got that ready to pop up, we got an old picture from the old Indiana Avenue gym that right there,
wow.
and you see there in the left corner, up high in the balcony, WCNB AM and FM, and right there in the middle, our own Fran Schomel. With a white shirt and tie on. Things
I
were
noticed shirt and tie, I hope. Yeah.
things were a little different then.
Now,
but
where was that, Jim?
that's where the media center is now, at the middle school. Media center, and that was the old Indiana Avenue
On the
gym.
northwest corner.
Okay.
And
Like the
it-
old middle school gym?
Yeah, the old, yeah.
Okay.
And when I
Yeah,
was
that
in
was senior
school, we
high
had
school,
classrooms in there. They
okay.
partitioned it off, and it was called the plywood jungle because all the classrooms were plywood. But the floor was there, and that was used as the junior high gym for a long time. While instead of Spartan Bowl being
Yeah.
used, but it was the high school gym, and it seated about 1,700. And
wow.
I don't remember ever going to a game there, but you sat along the sideline, and there might be 3 inches to the line there.
Yeah,
But they used to hold a sectional in there.
Really?
Yes.
I guess I never saw pictures of that.
We used to have a lot of schools come, Orange and Waterloo and you name it, and they all came here. We had sectionals that started early in the morning. and
Yeah,
went
I
on.
bet.
Yeah, there'd be, 16 teams or something
Yeah,
in the
something like
sectional
that.
back then we had almost 800 high schools. That was all before consolidation.
Sure.
You're getting your history lesson today.
I am, absolutely I am. Steve Dice has been posting a lot of pictures on
Well, that's
on
where that's
Facebook.
where we got that picture.
He's
Yes.
been posting a lot of pictures on Facebook of all kinds of oldies and goodies.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
were.
I was in one of them, just in one. Probably can't find out which one it was, but there was one in there.
I'll have
You
to
had
go
a
back
great
and look.
celebration for your gymnastics girls.
We did. This year marked the 35th anniversary of the 1988 team. So we didn't catch them in 87, or the 87 team. So we thought this year, since Joanna is still coaching, what a
Sure.
great way to celebrate. Coach Borders has been with Connorsville Gymnastics for 44 years. And so the girls came. There were, let me think here, 7, and a manager. Came to celebrate. We had a breakfast for them. They were catching up and laughing and joking. And
It's wonderful.
and then Kathy Orshell wrote a poem that she read to the girls and to Joanne. And like she said, not many people would know what any of it means, but they knew what it meant. And so that was really sweet. So we made a copy of that so we could keep that as an archive. But yeah, it was a great celebration. Gymnasts, I think, appreciated seeing the girls there. After everything was over, Gina Rosenberger, I don't know what her married name is, she wanted to get up on the balance beam. And she was like, I want to get up there. That was my event. She goes, but I'm really scared. But she did. She got up there and sat down. Then she got up and walked on it a little bit, but no tricks, no cartwheels or anything. But it was just nice to have them come back, and they were really appreciative of
I know
what we
they were,
did.
yes.
And it was just a nice morning for Joanne.
Well, it's great to honor those people.
Yeah.
It's been the year to the school year to honor state champions.
We have just been honoring everybody we can this
That's
year.
wonderful.
So it's
that
been
we
fantastic.
have teams that we can
Yeah.
do that to.
Yep, absolutely.
Many schools don't. So
No, we need more. We need more hardware.
we'll get more, I
Yeah,
think.
we need more hardware.
Okay, the Spartans now 15-4, I think, on the season, and they will be taking on Franklin County on Friday night. Franklin County's down. They started the season with 5 straight wins, and then they sort of went off the rails or something, and they've had trouble getting back on, and they're having a losing season, which is tough for the Wildcats.
But you know that we're coming down there, and they will be ready for us.
I think extra
as
people
they
come on
always
the floor.
are. And it's a big night down there. It's Beat Cancer in 4 quarters, and I know our kids have been busy selling things and collecting money. So big night.
Going to be great, right?
It seems like there's a trophy that is at the water.
I
that's
really
football, water.
honestly don't
I
know.
think
They were talking about that
there's
today.
a traveling trophy. So.
Okay. For the cancer money?
for the boys for cancer money, and I think for the game itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't know that.
Well, I'm
not sure. I probably need to look into that. I need to call
Yeah, you may need to take it
Mr.
with.
Denny. Ooh, I don't know where that's at then.
I don't know because we won last year, so.
Okay. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we want to. If there's a trophy, we want.
Yeah, see, if there's a trophy, we need it, but I have not seen it unless it's in Coach Brown's office.
I said water keg, but that's the football.
Yeah, that's football. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm sure somebody at CHS
Somebody
will know
will
what's
tell
at.
me. Yeah, somebody will tell me if I
They'll
forget.
help you find
Sure.
it. Right, no problem. And then Saturday night, the Lawrenceburg team comes to Spartan Bowl,
Yep.
and they've only lost one. And they're kind of a offshoot. Their coach is kind of an offshoot of Kerry Brown. So they play like Kerry Brown's Spartans do. So it should be quite a battle.
It will be. Coach Cutter does a great job down there. I had the opportunity last Tuesday to go down with Rick Conklin from our sister station in Rushville and cover the Rushville-Lawrenceburg game. Got to talk to him
you
for a
were to help
while,
him.
and Coach Cutter's got a fine basketball team that we'll have to be on our toes. You know, if we win Friday night, we win Saturday night. Go win Friday night first.
That's right. That's council.
We are outright
conference
champions.
Right.
Yep.
We can do that.
We can
No
do that.
problem.
Hopefully that'll be something we can announce at the game on Saturday. That's the hope.
Yes, and we will have. We'll be honoring all 7 of the boys,
Boys.
the seniors on the team, and
And then the halftime would be the guy-girl dance that
Great.
Spartanets
That's
put on. So
always-
they've been working on that. So it should be a pretty big crowd.
It
Should be a
will
lot of
be.
people. Hopefully Lawrenceburg travels well too, so they
It
can
will be. Yes. Yes.
enjoy the festivities.
yeah, that's a big night. That dance brings a lot of people in, and
It does.
Sandy and the Spartanettes do a terrific job.
They work very hard. She works very hard all year, but definitely this time of year.
Yeah. Lawrenceburg is a good team, but what year was their coach in Connersville?
I think this is his 3rd year. They're the defending sectional champions.
Yes.
So
They took out Greensburg.
after Greensburg took us out.
Yeah, right. We don't want that to happen
Tournament
again
time.
this week.
Yeah.
We don't care about Lawrenceburg. They can win, but if Greensburg and the Spartans are in that final game, we know what doesn't want to happen.
That's right. That's right.
Sectionals right around the corner.
It is.
As
We got a
Sam
few
was talking,
sectionals
the
coming
drawings
through.
of
Yep.
pairings
Sectional
and-
drawing for the boys are this Sunday, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Probably, Connersville probably won't be on until 5:30, 5:45. Usually, I think they start with what, 5A, 4A, and kind of work
Start
their
with
way
1A.
down.
Yeah,
Oh, they
they
go the other
start-
way, okay.
They start in the
So
northwest
some they
corner.
went the other way, okay.
Northwest corner of the state and work their way down in each class.
Okay, so it could take a little bit
Yes,
to
it
get
does
to
a while
ours
to
because they
get
go
to
through
it.
a record and who's predicted to win and all of that. And then Tuesday we go, myself, Carrie, and Mr. Liggett are going down to Greensburg to the coaches meeting. So that's when we'll pick up season tickets. If anyone wants to purchase season tickets, we'll have those on sale starting on Wednesday. Not sure what we've done in the past. I don't know. I feel like when I was in school, we did the first day was all sport ticket holders first, and then after that we opened to general public, which I think is what we're going to do. We'll start with 500 tickets, and I guarantee by Wednesday evening I'll be calling Stacy and telling him I need more. But they will only give me 500 to start with. So if he wants to drive up and bring more tickets, then he can drive up and bring more tickets.
Do we have a lot of all sports ticket holders?
We do. We have about 1,300
Oh,
all sport
great.
ticket holders. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So I don't know that they all buy them for basketball, or some of them buy them for football only or other
sure.
sports. But yeah, right around 1,300.
That's wonderful.
pretty
So
good.
yeah, so I have a feeling we'll get rid of quite a few of
Oh, I
those
think
on
you will.
Wednesday,
I
and probably
think
need
so.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we need to take a big crowd down there with us whenever it
do.
is. And like
do.
you said, it could be Tuesday night, it could be Wednesday night, but if we get the bye, it could be Friday night before
be.
we play.
Could be. I mean,
And we'll know all that Sunday,
Sunday.
by 7 o'clock Sunday night.
yep, and it'll get posted out. If people don't watch it, we'll make sure that it's posted out so everyone can see it. And we'll put ticket information on our Connorsville Athletics website.
That's great.
That draw can be seen. It's not on TV anymore, but it's on ihsaatv.org.
You know that by
click,
heart,
you
Sam.
click
All
on
those
that.
letters, yep.
Yeah.
I think it's usually towards the bottom of the page too. It's called the sectional pairing show. So it's pretty easy to find.
Yes.
And Greg Regstraw and Coach Lovell, they do a great job with that,
they do.
program. Yeah.
Before all that happens, though, the Spartans have a final game a week from Tuesday. Be traveling to Northeastern,
Yep, they do play at Northeastern.
last game of the season.
Yep, and Northeastern, they're kind of one of those teams that you never know what you're going to get. Some
Definitely.
years they're quick and layup after layup, and some years they're the other way around. They're your
They have an
three-point
excellent
shooters.
record. They
Yep,
only lost
they
one
do.
game.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're very
I think
competitive.
so. Yeah, they're always. I mean, it's just you never know what you're going to get when
That's
you go in there. So I think it's a good way to end the season. I think if our boys kind
Sure
of go in
is.
and play hard.
Yes, yeah. And then the sectional starts the following Tuesday.
Correct.
So it's right around the corner, folks.
It is, and gymnastics sectionals are the 25th. So that's two Saturdays.
Swim sectionals this
Swim
week.
sectionals. The boys go Thursday for prelims, and then Saturday are the swim sectional championships, which that's kind of like a sectional, regional, semi-state all together. Like, I'm kind of surprised they haven't changed the name of it because you go straight from sectional straight to state. And so
Yes.
if you're, I mean, you could win ribbons, you can win your places, but you can still win first place and not have a high enough score to qualify. I mean, I think they still send the first place team, no matter what. But if you place second, you may be off by 30 seconds
Sure.
compared to
There's,
someone else. Yeah,
Some tough teams in that.
there are
Yeah,
very tough
yeah.
teams. Greenfield Central
Greenfield
is a big
Central,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Greenfield
They're
Central.
a
New
big one.
Pal's always good. and-
Yeah, New Pal has a good team. I mean, they just have a big team. That's part of the issue is they've got numbers, and we just don't have those numbers. You know, they can field 2 relay teams or 3 or 4 kids in an event, whereas we only have 1. So
Yes.
that hurts a little bit.
Sure, right. We might check the schedule of CHS and middle school sports for this week. On Monday, the middle school red team will be at Waldron. Gymnastics team is home with Shelbyville. On Tuesday, the middle school wrestling team will be meeting Greensburg at Connorsville, and the girls' middle school basketball will be at Madison. On Wednesday, the girls' red basketball team will be home with New Pal. On Thursday, boys' swim sectional begins at New Pal, and the middle school wrestling team will be at Cambridge City. On Friday, the state wrestling finals begins. Spartan basketball at Franklin County. On Saturday, wrestling continues. Spartan basketball will be with Lawrenceburg at Spartan Bowl. The IHSAA makes the pairings that we talked about this Sunday evening for the basketball tournament beginning a week from Tuesday. Teams in the sectional 29, by the way, to bring you up to date, are the Spartans, of course, along with Greensburg, Franklin County, Rushville, South Dearborn, Batesville, and Lawrenceburg. So teams that are on the Spartans' schedule during the regular season, and the Spartans have done pretty well, Sam, with the
Right,
conference people.
they've beaten them all so far. Still got a couple of them to play,
Right,
but
right.
yeah, our sectional is our conference minus East Central because East Central's the only 4A school.
Right, so they go to,
They play with Columbus and Bloomington and Martinsville.
I
and
think they're down in that area.
It's a long. It's unfortunate they have to travel that far. I would think it would be closer for them to go to Richmond and Muncie, but maybe not.
They didn't ask you, right?
They don't ask me.
Okay, well, we'll let it go at that then. Okay, but
I would give them what I thought though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just have a hard time if we, make it through sectionals, having to go all the way down to Washington to play regionals for one game. Like that's a long
That's a
way to
long
go.
haul. That's a long haul.
Yep.
We were down there a couple of years ago, and of course it was the other format where you had to win 2 games,
Sure.
and we made it to the championship game, but it was 2 o'clock in the morning before I got home.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
But I hope we have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
You welcome that chance.
I think then after we would win a regional game, we go to semi-state, and that could be
I
at
think it's up
at
north.
Seymour or Southport, maybe.
So I think it's north of there, but
Yeah. So a little closer.
could see North Davies again
Could.
in the regional. That could be the game we play if it all works out. So
Sure could.
Yeah.
So.
we'll know pretty soon. It's coming right around the
it
corner.
is.
So,
Everything. Winter is starting to wrap up here.
yes. And by the way, I believe that today is the day that the track teams can begin scheduling.
Yep, track
They're
teams are
practicing,
ready to go.
Authorized
Yep.
practicing, right?
Correct. So they're ready. They have their first indoor meet on March the 3rd or 4th
Something like
at
that.
East Central. So they've got 2 indoor meets, I believe, and then they'll be outside. But yeah, so tracks officially starts today. So the field house is busier and busier every day.
Then the other spring sports are right around the corner. and
Yep,
start
they're
dates.
a couple weeks behind that. Yep.
So the IHSA regulates your practice sessions in track? I mean,
They do. They regulate everything. So they tell you what
Name
week
it,
you're
huh?
allowed to start and what week you're supposed to end and how many days and how many hours. And so
now you have to keep track of their practices?
that's on our coaches. Our coaches do. But we
okay.
do, when we're scheduling where they're at, we kind of keep track and say, well, you've been in here 4 days. You're only supposed to be in here 3 days. So you're going to have to cut one back. Can be in the weight room, conditioning, or you can use the equipment. So it just depends on what season we're in. So a lot to keep track of.
Who's coaching track?
Jeff Cooley
Okay.
is the head coach, and Ron Paxson helps him, as well as Tim O'Rourke, Jacob Kirchhoff, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone.
A lot of
think so.
experience there.
There's a lot of experience there. So they're
Coach Cooley was around when you were in school.
He was. He wasn't Coach Cooley, though. I think he was just Mr. Cooley. I think he was just a teacher when I was there.
Yeah.
So he might have coached.
Great man.
He does
Yeah.
a good job.
Yep.
Yeah, kids like him, and they work hard.
Sure, they do.
It'll be a good season. Then Charlie, coming around the corner, will be baseball and softball,
Yep.
tennis for the girls,
Yep. Golf.
boys golf, I believe. So it's all
Soon.
coming in.
Never
Yeah.
ending.
We have our winter sports banquet on March the 20th at 7 o'clock in Robert E. Weiss to celebrate the accomplishments of our winter teams.
Well, that's
Hopefully
good.
we're done by then. I don't know. We might not be done. We might still be playing, but I think we planned it to where we think everything will be finished. If not, then we'll just postpone it.
After we win the
Should
state.
should have quite a few, hopefully, patches to pass out
Right,
or
youth.
to have ready for the kiddos, especially wrestling success and different all-conference members. So
You've combined it, haven't you? The high school and the middle school?
yes,
as far
we
as
do
the
7
awards?
through 12. We
That's
want to
great.
try to be a collective group, and we're all Spartans, so
Well, sure.
we want to make sure that we're celebrating all successes. So
More history for you.
Okay.
Back when I was in junior high, 7th and 8th grade at the old South, it was just called junior high then. We were called the Future Spartans, or the Futures on the uniforms, and our colors were green and white.
really,
Yes.
why green?
I don't have any clue, but
Interesting.
I wonder why green
Futures.
and
I
white.
like
I don't know.
You should find
I
out.
do like
say.
that though, the futures. That's kind of neat.
It said Future Spartans or Futures on. That was back 1965, 1966. So
Okay.
yeah,
Was that in the old junior high South building? Is that where
yeah,
was
and that
at?
old
Okay.
gymnasium in there. That they,
I like that gym.
Oh
I
yeah,
always liked
it
that
was a good gym.
Sad that it got tore down.
Times change.
Times do change.
We can't do anything about it, can we?
No.
Speaking of the time, it's time to go, and we
Yes, it
want to
is.
thank Andrea for dropping by and keeping us up to date on what's happening in Spartan land, and doing a great job, and keep it up.
Well, thanks for quizzing me today. There's a lot of stuff going on in my brain today, so
I'm sure
I
that-
appreciate it. I love talking about the successes of our kids, though. I really do.
Thanks everybody for watching this edition of the Spartans Report here on TV3. Have a nice evening.